Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's time for yet another event here with the OS World Cup team. The Lazer Grand Arena opens its gates once again with a fresh coat of paint and a lot of new faces here. We do have a couple of familiar people that I'm sure everyone here will recognize. We've been here a couple times, but of course, it's me. I'm Lazer. I'm joined here today by a couple of the map poolers and staff teams. We've got Chiv. Hello.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It's been a while. Well, not really a while if you watch community tournaments, but it's been a while for OS2 Live. Hope you guys are having a good day.
Yeah, it's been a week since TWC ended. It's been a while since we streamed. We've got Dada as well.
Olá, tudo bem, gente?
Alright, need a translation on that one later. Thank you. We've got we've got two new people here from the pooling team as well. So we'll start off with Nope KJK. Welcome. You've played last year. Now you're helping us with the pooling.
Yes, hello, my name is Nope KJK and I'm here to help pooling and also have participated in developing new tournament format which is will be showcased very soon, so tune in for that.
All right, thank you. And then we've also got Imokora, who's joining us as a pooler as well this year. Welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm Imokora. Nice to meet you. Yeah, that's all.
All right, so we've got a couple things to touch on real quick before we get to the pool because, as was last year, we did a lot of experimentation. We iterated on a lot of that experimentation. We surveyed a lot of people. We've seen what works and what people didn't like. So we've got a couple of changes here. We compiled them a little bit into two nice little, summarized images. So we can probably start by showing one here. We'll call it the patch notes. If we can bring that up. We've got the Lazer Grand Arena patch notes. So just a summary of changes from last year, essentially, if you were watching last year or whatever. This time around, there's going to be a much larger focus on development. We like to bring in a lot of new faces, new people in every position. Two of you guys are here in this call right now, but we're also bringing more people like Revel for QA and a lot of new playtesters. We've got like Crystal Dwagon, Plute, Rojo, and Wraith, and some new casters as well that you guys are going to see that I think everyone is going to be pretty excited for.
Yeah, like the one we all know.
He's coming.
He is here, and you can check them in later in the wiki page or anywhere. And yeah, and we have pretty lot of changes through the gameplay changes, so I'll go over a couple of them. So no registration required for this qualifier stage because we initially had the registration page, and then those players then played the Lazer playlist. So, and it was pretty unnecessary since you can just hop in the playlist lobby and play some maps, and that will automatically register you into the tournament.
Yeah, it was very much a useless step. So that's gone. No rank restrictions. Anybody can play. You can start playing yesterday and try to enter the Grand Arena if you place in top 32. I'd be surprised, but you can always try.
At any time too. So anytime during the week until the next showcase, you can always just hop on the playlist and give it your best. And also you can splice it up. You can play a couple maps in like Tuesday, a couple maps on Thursday, a couple maps on Friday. Like you can always take it session by session as well.
Yeah. If you're not familiar with playlists, you can play at any time, literally at any time by yourself. Just enter and leave at any time. You have an entire week to do this. The playlist for qualifiers will open today, 19 UTC, so in 4 hours, and you have the entire week to just play qualifiers whenever. Another change that got added to that is no fail is going to be forced in the qualifiers, which means all the scores are going to be halved, but we'll take care of that, no worries. This is just kind of to prevent a lot of edge cases where a few players last year notoriously failed a couple maps and didn't qualify because of it. So now this is resolved. We're just gonna run no fail only for playlist.
Yes. Like, while the stables no fail has a little like little discrepancy about the multiplier, but in Lazer we can just, double the scores and the calculation. Also, it should noted that the total play counts were reduced to 18 because it was 22 and 11 maps in the last year, and that made that was like too generous for us, right?
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, keep in mind that you can still get those plays on, like, you don't have to like distribute them on like every map. Obviously, like, we made that even clearer by not giving you double the pool size in plays. You can just put in like 7 plays in one map and just do 1 play in every other map. That's fine. Just use your plays wisely and make sure that the maps that you might require a bit more sample size on, you use those plays on. So
Some tiny extra detail here that I didn't put on this infographic. Just things that are left over from last year. So in case you weren't familiar with that, your lowest score will not be counted essentially. So everyone only is counted on their best 11 maps. That's still the case. But the difference here is you do at least need to run a score on every single map. You cannot just not play a map anymore, because a few people did that last time where they had 22 plays on 11 maps, but some of them didn't even play. I think it was Hidden 2 last, where some people just didn't even play it once. So that's no longer possible. You got to play everything at least once now. And one more changes. There's going to be a new slot for a Lazer mod each week. You can essentially just treat these as gimmick maps for the most part. There's only 3 pools in total in this tournament, so we'll only get to see this 3 times, but it is present in qualifiers, and we'll be seeing that map later today when we showcase it. But yeah, might as well try them. We'll see what sticks. A lot of these are really experimentational. There's some people like them, some people don't. We'll give them a try. I think a lot of people got a lot of exposure to them if you play Daily Challenge and stuff, so it should be pretty interesting to see what kind of things people can cook up on, I don't know, approach different or something like that.
yeah, it is the Lazer Grand Arena, so having Lazer mods just makes sense.
Yeah, also like this Lazer mod slots will be replacing the gimmick focused map like usual normal 5 and hidden 2. And one of them will be in this Lazer mode slot, and yeah, it will require a lot of readings. A lot, like New Horizon.
All right, one more thing as well. Last year we did originals as sight read for the last 2 matches of the tournament. We're gonna change the format a little bit this time around, and that kind of prevented us from doing that. So now instead we are just going to have 1 original every week as a pseudo tiebreaker. We'll get into that quite soon, but yeah, you can expect 2 new songs over the course of this tournament. And one more change as well is double elimination will now start 1 stage earlier, or like half a stage earlier. In terms of scheduling, this is going to be a little weird, but essentially the first weekend is all single elimination, and the second weekend is just going to be all double elimination. So we're going to start the second weekend from 4 people in winners and 4 people in losers, essentially. So just going to be the top 8.
Yeah, in last year, the double elimination started at top 4, which resulted in like 5th to 8th player being eliminated too early and didn't have like more chances. So we to compensate that, we had to make this change.
Yeah, one more thing about the map pools as well. It says here that it's going to feature more extreme skill sets. That'll make a lot of sense pretty soon once we go over the format, but essentially last year, because of cumulative scoring, we were pretty conservative with the niche skill sets, the speed and the reading type stuff. It's going to be a lot more acceptable in this format, so there's just a return to a stronger presence of those skill sets, essentially. So, if you really want to watch a player that's particularly good at those types of things, they'll actually have a chance to play it now. as well, a small change from last year as well. Last year we really had a big focus on making sure that everything was featured artist only, and the pooling was quite restrictive because of that, and it wasn't really possible to run again. So this year, not only will we have custom maps with a lot of newer mappers that we have not seen in OWC before. That's also there's going to be a lot more music choices for them to choose from. And on that note, I think we can flip over now to the new match format, which is a little bit complicated, but once we explain a little bit, it'll make sense. It's aimed to be a little familiar here, but essentially we're kind of keeping cumulative scoring, but in sets of 2. So now this is mostly Nope KJK's idea, refined with all of us. So I think if you want to speak about it now, go ahead.
Okay, so new match format. I will call this like, this is completely new format, so I don't really have a name for it. But so the we had feedback session from last year's Lazer Grand Arena, and the on the cumulative scoring we have received like feedbacks of like half 50-50. Like it was generally okay, but there was some cases that the result of one map decided the whole match and vice versa. So to eliminate that, and also like preserving the new formats in here, also like cumulative scoring, so we decided to split the match into the 5 different sets. And after we have bans and protects, we will be having 5 sets of the game, which each player gets 1 pick from the map pool, and then we will sum the scores of 2 maps.
Yeah, basically there's like every single set of 2 picks is like a duel, and the cumulative scoring of that duel will decide the winner of that duel. And then it's a best of however many duels, and if it's a tie by the end, the duel includes 3 maps, and the final map is the tiebreaker, aka the original. So it's an interesting mix, I think, of both the cumulative scoring idea that we had last year and also a more traditional match format. You'll also have protects, and protects are an interesting way to try and do strategy and maybe like prevent someone from just trying to like sacrifice certain duels, but you can still maybe do that on certain skill sets. It's something that we'll leave to the players to figure out, but I think this format this year will have a lot more strategy behind it and not just picking people's best skill sets and hoping that the cumulative scoring just makes it so that they win the match before the final map, essentially. So
Yeah, everything here should be pretty familiar. I think at some point, if you've played those tournaments in standard sometime, you've seen a little bit of everything. If you played LGA last year, you've seen cumulative scoring. There's a lot of tournaments that tried protects, and there's also been a lot of tournaments that did sets of maps. So nothing's new. It's just a combination of a lot of ideas that we really liked over time. And so this promotes a lot of strategy that's not immediately obvious. One that we've mentioned here, and I believe someone already spotted in chat, is if you're losing the first map really badly, you can just pick another map that you're not winning anyways in the same set, and so you'll lose both for just 1 point, right? So you can kind of adapt your picks a lot. So the pick order in all of these sets matters a lot. And there's even something else that I barely even thought of that someone pointed out yesterday to me, that if you're like a really well-rounded player and you don't particularly need a protect, you can technically use your own protect as a third ban in order to use in a situation like that. So there's a lot of strategy here that is yet to be uncovered, really. I think we're all really curious to see if anybody cooks up anything crazy. But yeah, I think the main thing to keep in mind here is if you protect a map, you're the only one that can pick it, just to prevent someone counter picking your own protect, if that makes sense, in order to throw a set. That wouldn't really make sense. So there's a couple of safeguards in place in order to make sure this works well. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good mix of everything.
Yeah, the protects here kind of works like ultimate skill, like Q in Overwatch, R in League of Legends.
I'm ulting, hidden 2.
Yeah, that's possible, and also you can like also as Asia said, you can also like steal someone's protect by like protecting them. I don't know, like a lot of rooms for strategies this year.
Yeah, anything else to add on to this?
Yeah, just tackling something that was brought up in chat just now. Basically, the cumulative scoring makes it so that you're incentivized to try on every map, because, like, even on the maps you're bad at, if your opponent messes up, you can still, like, not have such a big difference, and you can make it up on the next map. And on the second pick of each duel, like, if you've already essentially, like, lost by a huge margin on the first map, you can try and strategically pick, other than, or besides, like, or, like, differently than last year, where you just have to, like, pick a map and just kind of, like, do your best, but then have, like, only a 200k difference being compensated for, like, a 900k difference that you had on the speed pick. So, like, I think this format will have, like, more strategy involved. There will be, like, a bit more, like, mind games and stuff, but also, like, it'll be something that even possibly the spectators can comment on, in the sense that, like, they can try to predict a strategy, rather than just seeing, oh, hey, this is a player that's, like, really good at this certain skill set, and this is a player that's really good at this other one, so they will just alternate picks for, like, 5 picks or 6 picks.
Also, a small thing I want to point out is that in like per map, we just if we like missed in the middle of the map and we thought like, oh, this map is so over, and in this format you have to still focus on the rest of the map, because subsequent misses will contribute to the next map or something. So yeah, you should not lose focus on every aspect and get that last bit of scores out of every map.
Also, as a reminder, we're playing on Lazer. There's a different score system that a lot of people are not exactly familiar with, all the intricacies and details and the differences that we're all used to from Score v2, right? A lot higher presence of accuracy in your scoring, a lot less importance of combo and stuff. So there are some types of maps that I think on stable would perhaps favor one player, but on Lazer actually favors another. There's a lot more incentive to just focus way more on accuracy. I believe the split goes from 70-30 to 50-50 between AC and combo. So in general, the scores are a lot higher, they're a lot closer, but accuracy will punish you way harder, and we've already seen that a little bit last year, notably on some of the speed picks where people could not keep up. It hurts your score a lot, so that should really play into it a little bit. So that's something to get used to as well. And so yeah, I think that about wraps it up for this. We can probably just move on to the pool showcase now, because we're also doing that today. As a reminder, the playlist will open in around 4 hours from now, 19 UTC, so you can basically play immediately after the stream. Practice the maps and then go in if you'd like to. And while we're loading things up, just want to give a quick shout out as always. Lazer right now is not in a perfect state for just about anybody to run through tournaments and maps and stuff like that. So we have to give our thanks to James, who's done a lot of dev work for LGA specifically in order to kind of give us the client that we need for this event specifically. So thank you so much to James, and now we can get into the pool, so we can go over Nomad 1 here. Kagero Days.
Yeah, on to number 1. You guys are probably going to be familiar with this map. It's a Kirigiri map. So the concept behind the aim pick for this particular qualifier is, if you guys remember last year, we used the Ica map by Elfin's John. I don't actually remember the song name. I think it was Styx. But that map was actually the easiest map in the pool by far. And I think we realized that aim maps on Lazer are even easier because of how like the maps naturally play, I think. People naturally just got super high scores because they would miss once. And it didn't matter where you missed, right? You can miss in the middle and you'd still get the same score. So this map should be feeling a lot more consistency heavy and just a lot more challenging overall.
Yeah, like generally Nomad ones tend to have like higher accuracy than any other map because, you know, less dense maps they are. And yes, so to compensate that in Lazer, we have to kind of choose the like more really aim heavy maps to make the difference on really high aim skill level. So like FCing this will be a pretty difficult challenge, but you know, it will like not drastically pull your scores down. But still, it's qualifier, so FC, yeah, you should basically, you should have to full combo this to get first.
Yeah, but keep in mind that this is a map that you'll probably miss on a couple times, even if you're a good player. But the misses, because of laser scoring, they'll mean less. So if you want to spend your plays, your extra plays on this map, maybe only do like once or twice, because I think the difference between getting a good run on this map and like an average run on this map won't be that big. Like, obviously you get a little bit better of a qualifier placement, but oh, nice miss. But it won't be like the way you usually see with like Score v2 tournaments and stable right now, where if you miss on Nomad 1 once, you get like, you go from 1 million to 600k or 500k. Like that's a huge difference then.
Yeah, also this map is being OD9, which is not too easy, but it is quite generous-ish. So yeah, getting over 99% is somewhat doable for some of the top players. So yeah, few misses will are
MRC.
Chill.
Also, the one cool thing about the Lazer is that slider ticks, no matter what, it shows properly, because in stable, like some of the slider ticks were not displayed if it was placed like very near at the slider head or slider tail, but in Lazer it shows like all of them. So yeah, you can just you don't just get ghost and miss it.
Invisible slider ticks are a real problem that I hate to see whenever I mod a map, and it's good that on essentially Lazer made sliders in general way more important. They made it so that they contribute to accuracy, obviously the slider head, but also like you can see slider end misses as opposed to just getting a regular 100. So like just improving the quality of life for sliders is great.
Thank you to Air as well for the replays, or Silvari is previously known. They've been very active. Even last year, I think they were also basically doing every replay. So we're going to be seeing them a lot today. And now for Nomad 2, actually, it's pretty funny because we didn't really have time to get a replay for this one. So, we have a random leaderboard replay here. Thank you to this person for playing it on Lazer and giving us this replay. Alfred the Salmon, like 10 months ago.
Let's go.
So there we go.
Alfred, fucking Alfred the Salmon. Let's go, man. Real ones know he's a Portuguese player. Yeah, that's awesome. I think he plays OWC, by the way, for Portugal. Or he's played OWC for a couple years. But yeah,
Okay.
it's Swamp Witch.
Yeah, you know Swamp Witch.
What's the key skill set for this map would be Mokura?
Well, this map is supposed to test like a stamina tapping, but at a like slightly higher than your generic Noma 2 BPM, 210, and that's like that adds up to the difficulty of the map. And 4 minutes and 30 seconds long, that's like almost tiebreaker length. I think that's also one of the harder aspect for the map.
Yeah, it has like it requires a lot of mechanic levels, 210 BPM and very long maps, and also OD 9.6. That is like it really challenges your accuracy on this kind of long streams, and despite being the like very hard in star rating, there is a lot of great scores in the leaderboard, which is, like the overall mechanic levels of the players has grown up so exponentially throughout the year. And yeah, this might be, like this level of skill might be, like adequate level for players as now.
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable nowadays, I think. But also, this kind of skill set also tends to spike way up in difficulty when we tend to balance things. Like this type of skill set is generally going to be a lot harder than what the rest of the maps aim for, just because a lot of people are quite good at this, and also, it's a little bit over-starred. I mean, just this compared to Nomad 1 is already like 200 PP over it or something, so...
Yeah, also we balance it higher because Notlock is just gone on Lazer, so
That's right.
all the stamina and flowing maps will be like just naturally harder because you don't have that fear of just, missing 15 times because you dropped off the stream.
Yeah, since this map this map really has had those space stream like this, and also XLDSL streams all over the map. Yeah, so removal of Notlock will help, like not being uncomfortable on this map. Still very hard, very hard. Also, this map has over 2,000 combos. Can't believe we have that level of gameplay at the qualifier, the first stage of the map.
Yeah.
Oh.
For those who are speed capped in this speed capper qualifiers, this is one of the only topping maps in the pool. It's gonna be pretty much like 2 more topping picks maybe after. One of them is kind of like pretty manageable, so we'll see how players react to them.
I'll say, yeah, it's a little spoiler, but I would say this is the most what should I say, like mechanical challenging map, like the most of it.
Yeah,
I think Swamp Witch is around OWC quarterfinals. I would say, yeah, the 7.3 star, 7.2 star pool. Definitely not SF though. I think it's on the easy side.
Yeah, it's easier than you think. Again, it's tapping plus flow aim, which star rating really likes. Let's just say, so definitely a quarterfinal level pick if we're comparing it to LBC.
It's funny because the map of Raven Song with tick rate also made a qualifiers Nomad 2. No, quarterfinals Nomad 2. Sorry, this year.
Shoutouts to Alfred the Salmon again.
Shout out to Alfred the Salmon. Great FC, man.
Yeah, tick rate pretty good at those. Turns out this difficulty range, huh?
Yeah.
Another guy we've got here for Nomad 3 who's pretty good at those. And did this mapper also make quarterfinals last year?
He did. He also did make quarterfinals Nomad 3.
That's so funny.
Interesting.
This map is really good though. I can't lie. It's
not a custom though. Yeah.
Not a
custom. Taidada.
Yeah.
No relation.
This is the Dan ending. Really fun alt map by Mappa. Yeah. Wait, Alfred the Salmon is here. Hey man.
Shout
Thanks
outs.
for the
Thank you
replay.
for playing that map 10 months ago. Really saved us.
My goat.
Reminds me of when people would do featured artist releases, and then the replays would just be leaderboard replays for like Nomad SSs and stuff, and like random people would just get put in the Twitter featured artist releases, and it was great.
Yeah.
Shout out Staff for the Salmon, man. We love you.
We
Anyway,
should,
yeah, we should talk about the map. Very like weirdly straight alt map, if I had to say it. Like a lot of the patterns in this map are like very squarey or like very like geometrical. And, like very...
I think that's his new style. I've been seeing him doing it a lot now. For Mafez maps.
Yeah. The characteristic of the Petals alt map is that they like to insert a lot of sliders into our ordinary circle alt map, so like pressing the button a little longer will be a key to preserve your accuracy. Also, general reading also required. And this map has 144 BPM, which is a little slower, but still, this map is very dense, even with those sliders.
Right. You have any thoughts, Imoko, on this map?
Oh, I love Pedal Nomad 3. I believe that's I'm speechless. This is perfect. Like, look at the map. Like, it's so clean visually, and it plays so well. Wow.
Yes, Pedal is really the veteran, the one of the Nomad 3.
Yeah.
My god.
I feel like I've been saying this a lot every time we run into like an alt mapper in OWC in the past couple of years. It's a style that a few people have mastered to such an extreme level that it's just not fair to everybody else. Pedal's too good at this. Like, what's the rest of us doing?
So
Yeah.
you saw the miss there in the replay. Basically, like a lot of the leaderboard right now is like there's like maybe 10 FCs if that, and then a lot of misses on like the solo and the section immediately after the solo. There's some like slightly more confusing patterns. So definitely take care of that.
I don't know if this plays one miss just on that one part, right? Or did they miss earlier?
I mean, they've just missed once, I think, so far.
Yeah, I want to put a focus on that because I mean, quite notoriously on standard, it's like if you miss somewhere in the middle, it's like, oh well, your score is 600k now. They're already at 750, right? It affects you so much less on Lazer. Accuracy just is way more important. So, just something I want to point attention to.
Yeah, so one little miss is not the end of the world, but yeah, still this map is fairly hard to get accuracy on, so getting high 98, that's the key for the map, I would say. Alright, only one miss. Phenomenal play. A game by Era.
You got one miss, 822. Like, it's a lot more reasonable, you know?
Yeah, that's missing on the 2/3 section of the map, which is the solo. So very, very different idea than it is in Stable for sure. Next map we have I believe German custom, right? The German tournament, Dach Open.
Yeah,
This
I mean it
was
was an
so
international
interesting.
tournament, but yeah. People have talked about this map quite a lot actually. Yeah, it's 07 by Kapu. Map is really cool.
Great song.
Yeah, side attack 40 Nomad 4 pool.
It's Onumi.
Onumi's like remix of like Higurashi stuff, I believe.
This map plays pretty uniquely, I think. I think once you start stepping into higher difficulties of this type of tech map, there's a lot of just raw aim that gets introduced. This one kind of just doesn't have that. It's all very like overlappy. Like it is very focused on aim control. There's not a lot of like jumps anywhere in this. It's very weird to explain, but just a lot of stacked elements here that just really need you to do like micro movements. So it's a pretty interesting mapping style for this.
Yeah, also like we have to talk about the slider mechanics in the Lazer, because the slider end used to like actually not end with the slider end. It was just like few milliseconds before the slider actually ends. But in Lazer that was fixed, and I would say slider end became more linear to not get slider miss, not get slider end miss, if that makes sense.
Yep. Basically, before you'd have like a 30 to 40 ms windows, like 32, 37, I forgot. But basically, 37 or 32 ms before the slider actually ended would actually be where the slider end is, like loaded in stable. Now, basically, if you go to any point between that ending and the actual slider end visually, you will get considered like you're actually holding the slider end in your, like, you're gonna get a full slider like conversion essentially. So sliders have been made more lenient and more visually consistent and like reasonable to read. So any slider that you would originally think is like visually kind of like weird or like weird to follow, or maybe you would need to cheese it before to get a full 300, now you can just play it like you visually see it, which is important.
Yeah, but also it needs to be pointed out that you still have to catch those all slider ends, because there was a change that these slider ends weighs way more than the stable does in the accuracy side. So I'm not sure with exact number, but I would say it is like about 2 to 3 times bigger than what's in the stable. So yeah, when playing these kind of slider tech maps, you really should focus on slider ends rather than just the combos.
Yeah, I think we all know a friend who has like the gene of just playing slider heads and ignoring slider ends. And
Yeah, the 93
he's
FC
punished.
won't exist in here, I think. Not gonna cut it.
I once had 89% tech map full combo on Hard Rock, and that that actually won the map for me, but not on the Lazer quite.
Oh my god, could you imagine everyone's scores on the OWC Grand Finals No 1-4 last year? Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Like 89% was a good score on that one.
Might have been a little too hard. It's all
A
good.
little too hard. Just
We'd see
little.
some C ranks if we put it in here.
Alright, that's number 4. Shout out to Survive for helping out so many of the replayers. I think she did hidden one as well though, so I'll be seeing you again on the next map. First custom of the pool actually.
Yay!
That's right.
Yes, first custom.
Get some customs in LGA now. Not too many.
Yeah.
And Custom,
So
which isn't featured artist. Custom, which is a popular band. Wow.
Crazy
And yeah.
song here.
mindless self in or MSI, is that what people call it? But
MSI, yeah.
yeah, my Nymphe gonna be the high BPM aim pick of the pool. It's gonna be lights out,
Not the player.
not the player.
Basically, very high BPM, very, like, not very awkward, but somewhat awkward, and on hidden, so kind of like a more typical kind of hidden one offering here.
Yeah, it's also really short, by the way. It's only 2 minutes long. I think somebody pointed out that all normal maps are like 4 minutes long, but a lot of shorter stuff spread out through the rest of the parts of the pool, especially in the DTs as well, which we'll talk about soon enough.
Also, like this map, while being short, is very dense all like throughout the map. Like no break after all. So yeah, you really gotta focus all your powers in those 2-minute time frame. And
Any
besides
thoughts
that,
Yeah. Any thoughts, Timokura?
like. Okay. I think this map also has a little bit of density. Like AR 9.4 might be generic in a like 200 BPM or like 180 BPM map, but on this 250, like it actually requires a little bit of grasp on the skill set to play this map well, and also this BPM is kind of comfortable on single tapping as well. Silvari is ulting just like very like performing quite well. But single tapping is also very doable.
Yeah, I think different players are going to be able to do both on this. It's pretty comfortable range.
Yeah, they're both.
But I think the way the aim works on this too, I think is the type of aim that single players kind of like as well. Like you have to snap a few of these like really awkward aim patterns, so I think that tends to be something that like single players have a much easier time to focus on.
Yeah, that's gonna be hidden one.
Now, Hidden 2, I believe Nope KJK should be the one to introduce.
Oh, I mean, it's not really my pick, but
It's your favorite map.
yes. So Hidden 2, we have a little flowing going around. We will see the map very soon. Nice. Okay, Hidden 2 is Atos and Tachibana Cannon's Byoto to Negai Garden's Wish difficulty. This was also custom from what tournament was it?
Badly Wood Cup.
Yes. Very popular community tournament from last year, hosted by FCEG, our another Mapuler. Sadly, he is not with us for this week, but soon we will be able to see him here.
You made it sound like he died, bro.
No, he is well alive.
He'll be back next week.
We'll be back next week.
Res him.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's some hit AR8 flow. You know, we talked about how, well, we already spoiled it earlier, but there is a laser mod slot. So they didn't want to make the hidden 2 too gimmicky. So this is pretty standard, good contrast, you know, with the hidden 1. Hidden 1, you have a bunch of snap aim, high BPM. Hidden 2 is just low BPM flow. So it kind of really covers a lot of the elements you want to see in the hidden pool. You know, hidden flow, hidden density, some rhythm breathing, and of course some aim.
Yeah,
Got a Plute replay on like the most Plute map of all time.
Indeed, Plute, his first replay here, but
Looking good.
yeah, it's a map that obviously very flow aim intensive, but also has some kind of like pauses of like stacks and stuff, which can catch you off guard if you aren't ready for it, if you don't read them correctly, and some finger control, obviously some quads, some like even numbered streams, and yeah, just it's a solid kind of area offering. Nothing too like specialized, as we said. We're gonna have a much more specialized pick soon to come. So
Those who knows. Okay, yeah, this map, as Dada said, very generic despite being like low air map, but still a very long session of flow aim and streams, and kind of very missable, but still this Lazer does not have the chain misses because of the nut lock, so you know, very I will say this will be very comfortable experience for those kind of flow maybe in Lazer specifically. And that was Hidden 2.
Yeah, this is the type of flow streams on this. On stable is exactly the type where on stable, if you miss, you're like, oh no, I gotta recover, and then you start over streaming to try to recover. You don't have to do that on Lazer. You can just keep going. So this map, I think, will really showcase, you know, if you happen to miss, if you're able to adapt to that. So that should be pretty interesting. Yeah, moving on now to the Hard Rock pool. We've got Hard Rock 1 here. I believe another map that was probably, you know, people have probably seen before.
Imoko, you need to introduce this one.
Oh, storyboard!
Might have been recommendation.
Yeah, this map, this difficulty is a collab between Flake and Surgis. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. It's
Why does he just
Surgis,
spawn in
right?
chat? So maybe he can answer.
I apologize. Okay, mixed light tech consistency is the map's skill set. Oh, he got a really awesome storyboard as well. Like, this man, I think this man did really well in test play as well, right? He got like 10 score, like 10 out of 10.
Yeah, this pretty close to the highest rated map, I think, right?
Yeah.
Actually, it pretty much is. I mean, right now it's hidden 2, but only one guy rated that one. So
Yeah, this map is like I would say like it's aim focused, but like it tests a lot of various types of aim, like slider aim, slider jumps, and like your very ordinary snappy jumps stuffs. Like everything is up here. And with Hard Rock, you really need some experience and supremacy on this.
I mean, like, this map is just sick. Like, I can't even say anything else. Like, love the aim style. Love visuals are crazy good as well, and it's super fun. And it's a banger. So like, what more can you ask for in Hard Rock 1? You feel me?
yeah, very good.
I'd never seen the storyboard for this. Actually, really cool.
Yeah.
Who did the storyboard?
Their name popped up on the screen a little while ago. I forgot. My attention span is not what it used to be.
I can't even find it in the tags.
Yes,
Maybe it was just the. You think it was just the mapper, like Stompy? I don't know. I don't know if this guy is storyboarding though.
No, it wasn't him.
a lot of sudden movements. Like I found this map like way hard. I personally found this map way harder than the rest of the pool because like still a lot of patterns going on here. They look pretty, but it's not a easygoing one.
Yeah.
So you should really focus.
Yeah, the storyboard was done by Shoki, Schoki. I think he's from Switzerland. It's awesome.
You should.
Might need to get this guy in OWC. I can't even lie. That storyboard was actually awesome.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
All right, Hard Rock 2. Back on
Hard
the
Rock 2.
kind of longer map. Probably the last long map in the pool. Oh, actually, I forgot. Never mind.
One more.
There's one more. Yeah, there's one more. Anyways.
Lowest BPM in the entire pool as well. This one. Oh no, actually I lied.
No, we just.
Nomad 3. Nomad 3 is Nomad 3 is lower, but close enough.
We're just
really low for Hard Rock though.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Going to be the token -45 map of the pool, Milarka by Sanch KK, otherwise known as 228.
Otherwise known as
Dada's
many
in
other
the
names.
pooling team.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't the one who suggested this.
But this
I
is
know,
like,
but
this is low-key like heat though. I can't even lie. This is like a precision flow map. CS5, like, and it takes a insane amount of consistency. I guess like it's like 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes long. But 3 minutes 50 seconds of drain time of literally 150 BPM flow with some cut streams, and yeah, you just have to be super consistent on the skill set.
I think this might be the most like polarizing map of this playlist. There's some players I think that are just gonna do super.
I mean,
good
the
on
laser
this,
mod
but, like,
exists, but like it's okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean of course.
If anything, it's the second most polarizing map. Maybe the third if you just like irritated, but I think this map is playable for a lot of people, but a lot of people will like be good enough at it to play it and not good enough at it to get a good score. You know what I mean?
This is like this is just a test if you put in the hours to play Ice Angel back when you were 5 Digi, you know, like this map is like it's the rewards, you know. You prepared yourself, but
Yeah. Also, this map is in a Hard Rock with 154 BPM with like eternal streams over the head. And do remember that accuracy matters a lot in the layer scoring. This map is where that really pays out. So if you're accuracy player, like getting like high 99 on here,
Like
will
this. That
yeah,
is
will
crazy.
benefit a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like, probably one of, unironically, the most underrated players, like, in the 4-digit scene. I think, well, people kind of picked up now that how good Savari is, but, like, demonic on some skill sets, and this is one of them. Precision, I think, is probably one of the best precision players I can think of in 4-digit.
This map
Honestly-
on Lazer as well really benefits from no lock too.
Yeah. I was about to say that, like, if this was unstable, this would be like a pull above, maybe like a pull and a half, because it would just be so easy to just completely mess up like any of these longer streams or any of like the Excel ones. So honestly, this is a map where like a lot of people will have those accuracy concerns, as we mentioned. Like this BPM range on Hard Rock, this like OD10, you're worried about precision, you're worried about not slipping out of streams. Like, it's really, really tough to keep accuracy like high on this, because it's like it's just all the uncomfortable aspects of Hard Rock just like exponentially harder. It's precision, OD, like the awkward BPM range. So yeah,
And 4 minutes long.
yeah, you have to keep focus as well, which is something that's very tough. Again, you can play this qualifier pool piecemeal. You can play the hard rocks in one day, you can play the hiddens the other day, so use that advantage to your benefit as much as you can.
Also, yeah, OD10 has the perfect range of 20 milliseconds plus minus, which is like very, very narrow for even comparing to even like Mania things and like other rhythm games. So yeah, getting 99.5 on here, it's huge. Damn. Only 7 grades.
Oh, a great play. 700 on this is
Oh,
pretty
7.
crazy.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's demonic. Alright.
That is very good. All right, so again, if you didn't watch LJ last year, raid ups exist. So DT pool is pretty interesting. None of these maps are actually DT. There's nothing that's at 1.5 here. So we're gonna start off with, I think, something that is playing at 1.3 here. It's in a Kali map.
Oh boy.
Yo.
Wait, like, we're like, you can like pretend to be Vaxe in the playlist, you know, like.
I lowered the hoop and pretend I'm LeBron
Yeah.
for hours.
Oh my god.
Oh, well, it's Kimi no Kyoku. Thought it'd be a great place to put this map. Unfortunately, you probably won't be seeing this map in OWC just because it's here. But yeah, you can pretend to be LeBron.
Yeah, it's 255 BPM with our original double time, but it's 1.3, so it's only around like I would say 220. So it is playable for some of those who have a little bit of speed, but still very long draining map.
Yeah,
Coming
I think
ahead.
the stats on the card don't show DT here, so we can say what the AR is around 10.1, I believe.
God, the
OD
hit
as well
sounds.
is pretty reasonable. I think it's 9.6-ish, so.
Imagine you're the player who has a DTFC on this map and you can play this. It's just you can just play it very comfortably, but still very accessible to our general player base. And I think that's why the rating change are like has very many potentials to such maps. Like it's too hard on DT, too easy on normal, but we can find any middle grounds around that.
It just opens up so many types of maps that would not be possible. Like this. I mean, even this on original DT, would that not still be too hard for WC, you think? Like, I feel like it's
No,
pretty hard.
for WC, we had it in finals at one point, I think, but
Oh, really?
we decided against it, I think. Also,
Shoutouts to Wrath as well for first replay from them as well.
yep.
New
First mini,
playtester this year.
especially for the DT
Or Wraith.
stuff.
I should-
Yeah,
Yeah, speaking of new people, we have a lot of newcomers with custom mapping coming up in the next week. So maybe you can find your favorite mapper, your own goat, in subsequent weeks.
maybe you make a new favorite mapper by just playing the pool. Who knows?
Definitely.
Could also make a new enemy, but that's okay. We're here to promote positivity. Who's the enemy?
Isn't it crazy, by the way, that like if you only play ranked maps, you know Akali for 357 Magnum and Kimi no Kyoku? Like, wow, this is such a good like stream mechanics mapper.
Yeah, there are a lot of treasures in the pending maps, like Graveyard. All of the treasures are there. Still, we are jamming with this very popular tune in our community. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, this week I think there's only 2 custom maps, but for the bracket stage weeks, I think we have a lot more per stage, a lot more customs. And like I said at the beginning a little bit here, we're experimenting with a lot more newer mappers. OWC is very competitive to get into as a mapper, so we're kind of using this event as a way to give the people that couldn't get in a chance. So a lot of new faces about to come up. One of which coming up right now for DT2, I believe. It can be a very familiar song. It's gonna be a custom map here. I think everybody should know the song. But yeah, it is a custom. Again, it's not at 1.5 speed. It's gonna be at 1.3. We're gonna be seeing a Neva map on Supernova. I think this ends up being 247 BPM at
Around
10.3.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
new old faces. Neva, a mapper that's been around forever.
Yeah, this map. I think the interesting thing about this map is the design focus, because like all the patterns like resembles the actual space things, like what we call that, stars and
The planets. and
planets.
stuff,
Yeah.
Planets and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. People are familiar with Neva, but in a long time, kind of like ranked features of this map, or maybe that's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
There's a lot of great spreads, and Sad asked if we want to make a map for LGA, and it turned out really well. I think he said he wasn't even like that comfortable making DT, because he didn't know like what to expect, but pretty much got it completely right on the first try.
Yeah. I mean, it should be pretty interesting on this as well, because if you're mapping a custom for this and it's DT, but it's not actually DT. Like if you're used to mapping on stable, you don't really have a way to preview your map at 1.3. So it should be a pretty interesting challenge.
Also, I don't think Wraith played the wrong diff. I just think we told them to play the wrong diff. So
So it's
the actual diff you'll be playing in the playlist is just the extra, not extra original.
yeah, it's just a small difference, like 0.05 star rating, but we have difficulty set on the playlist, so you don't have to ever worry about playing the different difficulty, unless you're practicing.
It's very
No
similar.
problem.
It's this map essentially.
Nice score, yeah. On to DT3. Imokuro, you wanna give it a shot? Another recommendation.
DT3.
Oh, and
Alright.
another familiar one here.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, this one is going to be a player's favorite. Like, I'm pretty sure. Okay, first thing I want to talk about is the skill set of this map. Like, it's supposed to test Phasm, and as we know and love, that Phasm is quite the meta right now. Like, every high PvP play is made by Phasm. And this map tests quite a wide range of your understanding of the skill set. You can see there are a lot of cuts, a lot of snap as well, and a lot of like fiery rage jumps. A little bit, just like yeah, a nerf version, and wiggle as well. And I think this map is like actually DTable in the original raid, right? But
I mean,
I don't. Yeah, I haven't seen.
Yeah, maybe
it
if you're like
in this
decaded or
one.
something. It seems pretty hard.
It's
Like,
doable. It's doable
in this economy, every map is detailable.
in this economy.
Yeah, I'll see. Who knows? 1.2 is not too bad though. Still, I think this ends up being 300 something BPM on this, even though it's just alt. But
Yeah, it goes from slow ult to fast, like pretty fast ult, basically.
Like BPM itself is not really too high, but the spacing between objects are the one that cranks up the difficulty of this map, and yeah, the density is also pretty high. Not really high compared to other two maps in the double time, but still, you have to focus. But still,
Okay.
very short.
it's time for laser mods. What did we cook for the qualifiers? Now, when I saw this the first time, I was like, guys, this might not be the greatest introduction ever because this looks insane. But I trust that it is very fun, supposedly. So let's take a look at let's take a look at bubbles and approach different here on Afterlight. Bubbles is here, so this could be really funny seeing everyone try to play this, even the people that have no business trying to play this.
So
here we go.
let's go through the reasoning for this combo.
Okay,
of
we
mods.
have the gimmick map for us to help describe what this map is supposed to test. Well, I mean, besides you can obviously visualize it. So if no KJK or Imoko want to give it a shot first.
Okay, so there is one category in the Lazer mode section which called Lazer mode, which like adds this kind of ridiculous thing in the map. And this week we are presenting the bubbles mainly. Like approach different, it is just like approach different basically, but the bubble stays at your screen until like some time pass, so that will add difficulty. But so like you are basically reading the approach circle rather than the hit circle in here. So yeah, that's the key for this map.
Yeah, it's
This is the type of map that like looks crazy, but probably is very intuitive once you actually play it.
Yes. It's the difference between, like, the area where you read the approach circle, so you know there's a circle underneath, and the actual, like, smaller circle that you have to hit. So, in a weird way, it's kind of like a precision map, also. Like, you have to hit the very center of the very big circle you see. So it's, like, weirdly kind of like precision, target practice kind of vibe. Also, worth noting that if you miss a circle, there's different interactions with bubbles. So, like, you see, like, missed slider ends leave, like, a black bubble instead, or, like, if you... I'm not, like, a bubbles expert, so correct me on that, but, like, there's stuff that happens if you start doing poorly on bubbles that make it maybe a little bit easier.
Does Bubble just use your combo colors?
It's the
Like, if you just use a skin that just has like the same combo color, isn't it just all the same?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I think if you use a different skin, maybe this will look
There's a miss.
more
There's the black
reasonable.
ones.
Oh,
There's the black
there we go.
ones.
Okay.
Yeah, any thoughts, Imokura? I know, because when you were brewing this up, might have the laser mod mastermind.
I have nothing to say, just this one. Like, we got crazier things coming up. So, yeah.
Awesome. Anyways, thank you guys all for watching the Mapful Showcase. As Lazer mentioned previously, gonna be about 3 hours before this playlist officially releases. If you guys have any feedback, I don't even know how map feedback works, but you can
So,
DM
yeah.
it to any of us.
This is a bit of a weird week for that, because normally if you're a player, you know, there's a Discord server for all that. This is open right now. We don't know who's playing, so there's not really a place to direct your pool feedback to. So send it to the forum thread if you really have any, and we'll be reading that, I guess. The wiki is also here now. I think it wasn't in the news post when we initially posted it, but the wiki is all done if you're looking for more info. And yeah, that starts in 3 hours.
Good luck.
Yep.
There's
any final words, Dada Imokura? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go for it.
Okay, basically, I hope you have fun playing the qualifier pool. Anyone can do that, so, like, even if you aren't exactly the best player, just give it a go. Give it a go, see what maps you like, what maps you don't like. I think this is a great way to actually get people into, like, a tournament, like, mindset. Like, see what skill sets you're good at, see what skill sets you're bad at, compare yourself to other people that go through qualifiers, see where you're at level-wise, and just get into the tourney scene. It's very fun, it's very nice to actually progress through different skill sets, and even if you're not going to qualify for LGA, I think it doesn't hurt to try, basically.
It's a nice benchmark. I might play too.
I might play too. Also, also a very quick tip that if you hop into the Lazer playlist, there's a small button in the bottom left that saves the whole map pool into your collection. So click that button to add to your collection, and you can play them in the single player. And if you want to browse the collection, you can click the button in the top right, I'll say, and yeah, you can find your maps there. And yeah, that's basically all. Good luck to all players, and top 32 will be advancing to the next week's bracket stages. So yeah, good luck, have fun.
Imokar, do you have anything else to add?
We put a lot of effort in this map pool, so I look very forward to your map pool feedback. Where's our official map pool feedback channel? Like,
Yeah, so after this stage, when we know the players that are in, it's going to be in the Discord server, but this is going to be in a forum thread because it's open. So there's not really a better place to put it for now. If you really have feedback, you can put it in there and we'll read it. We're going back to forums. And as a reminder, if you missed the start of the stream, we went over a lot of the changes and stuff. If you got here late and you intend on playing, strongly recommend to go back and listen to some of those things that were said. There's a lot of small details that you might have missed if you're trying to qualify, such as your lowest map is not counted, and you have a lot of extra plays to decide on where you spend them. So lots of things to try for that. And yeah, you can look forward to the playlist being open very soon. And on that note, we'll be seeing you guys next week. You can play at any time up until next Sunday, I think. And yeah, check the wiki. It should be up now. And we'll see you guys next week for the bracket stage qualifiers and to figure out who made it and who's playing.